Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? I want to welcome you to the Grand Bahama Public Youth Library's Summer Story Hour. The theme of today's Story Hour is Junkanoo. How many of you love Junkanoo? Me! I thought you would. So our theme is Junkanoo. But this particular Story Hour is dedicated to reaching out beyond the oceans around us, to other children around the world who are just as interested in reading, who love books as well as you do. But today we're going to do it through the theme of Junkanoo. Okay? And with us today to help us do that is Mrs. Missick, who's going to be our reader. Mrs. Missick is a well-known storyteller, and she is the librarian of the Freeport Primary School Library. She is going to be reading from one of two books that we have here. The first book is The Bahamas Junkanoo Annual. And of course, the second book is written by one of our local teachers, Mrs. Arlene Nash Ferguson. And the name of her book is I Come to Get Me. An inside look at the Junkanoo Festival. Okay? Now, how many of you attend the Junkanoo festivals on New Year's Day every day? All right, so here we have in our library two books about Junkanoo that you will probably want to borrow and of course return. Okay? And so at this point then, I would like to turn the story hour over to our very dear storyteller, Mrs. Verona Missick.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Missick.
Okay, this afternoon I'm going to be reading to you from the book I Come to Get Me by Mrs. Arlene Nash Ferguson. Now, I'm not going to read the entire book, so if what you hear interests you, you're going to have to come back to the library some other day and check the book out and continue to read the rest of it. I'm only going to read a portion of it. And of course, to set the stage for the reading, I'm wearing my Junkanoo hat. Do you like it?
Yes, ma'am.
I knew you would. So here we go. All year, the nightmares had come with menacing regularity. It is Christmas night. The Junkanoo parade is about to start. Everyone is hurrying to Bay Street, and I can't find my costume. Or the scenario may be different. I am in some remote section of the island, off the beaten track, down Carmichael Road, with a flat tire. Even more frightening, the urgency of the Junkanoo music compels me, but my legs are unresponsive, despite frantic efforts to move them. I have to get to Bay Street. Through heavy layers of sleep, I awaken, drenched in perspiration, heart pounding. I've missed the parade! But no, slowly I become aware of my bedroom, and relief floods through my body. Thank God, it's only a dream. So what is this strange thing we call Junkanoo? Why, year after year, do we Bahamians engage in this ritual about which most of the world knows nothing? To Bahamians, it is the most natural part of life, as vital, energizing, and soul-quenching as water. Even most of us Junkanews find it hard to explain. It is a door that swings open to that secret place deep within Bahamians where we keep the real us. The mere mention of the word Junkanoo evokes strange and inexplicable emotions and compulsions. At the very core of our being, your Bahamianness, the rhythm of the drums begin to pulsate, the beat vibrating through every core of your body. A feeling of intense excitement slowly fills your soul. On the surface, this agitation will manifest itself in many ways. There is the need to beat out your innate rhythm on any flat surface within reach, be it horizontal or vertical. You will beat on anything in sight and shake anything that should or should not be shaken. Your feet will begin to imagine their steps even before the music starts. Junkanoo is what causes you to stay awake an entire night and to turn the main street of your capital city into an unparalleled celebration of life and tradition. Junkanoo is what causes the Bahamian student abroad to threaten to walk home at Christmas if they can't get a reservation on a flight. Junkanoo is what causes healthy people to break out in cold sweat if they hear jingle bells in July. This is Junkanoo. Junkanoo is tightly plaited into the Bahamian psyche. Yet seldom do we dwell on its roots that we have deep within us since we first became aware of ourselves. But when we do take the time to gather around the rocking chair, on the porch, in the cool stillness of the evening, our grandparents tell the stories that their parents told them of John Canoe. On a lilting voice that is rich with age, we are borne back through the years to understand the drum that beats always within us. The drum that is the spirit of our ancestors. The spirit which survived pain, separation, and suffering on its way to the triumph of today. Their voices call out to us across the centuries. We listen, fascinated to take this voyage into the past, proud that we are part of such a rich heritage. This is our story, which begins thousands of miles away.
Okay, boys and girls, remember we said that we had a treat today and we were going to be having the award-winning Crusaders to talk to us about their Junkanoo. And today we have Mr. Lauren Bastian standing here in front of you, and then we'll have Mr. Thomas Curry, who will follow with two other members of the Crusaders who are going to talk to us about the drum and pasting costumes and the horns and how they fit into Junkanoo. So I'm going to now turn this over to Mr. Lauren Bastian. Please give him a hand. Give him a welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon. How y'all doing today? Hi. Okay, first of all, Junkanoo has its origins all the way back to Africa. Boxing Day is the day that is traditionally celebrated, and it was the day after Christmas that the slave masters allowed their slaves to celebrate Christmas, okay? And they brought the craft back from Africa, the dance, the whole ritual, they brought it back from Africa to the New World. So the slave masters allowed them to celebrate it. Okay, now ours started in very humble beginnings because we didn't have all the fancy materials. Nowadays, this is what it has evolved to nowadays. Okay, now we have cowbells. Someone will demonstrate them to you in a short while. are the basic instruments that we use, okay? These are the cowbells. We have drums that are traditionally made of goat skins, and in the modern era, this is the goat skin drum. And in the modern era, we have what they call a tom-tom, okay? We also have whistles, something like that. Okay, eventually you'll get to see how we construct a costume, but time constraints don't allow us to now. I'm sure most of you, all of you have seen Junkanoo. I'm sure all of you like Junkanoo because y'all didn't want to leave now, right? Okay, so now we'll have a little everyone will demonstrate a different instrument, the way it's used, and then they'll go outside and give you a full performance with all instruments combined.
Okay, kids, these are the cowbells, one of the many instruments used in Junkanoo. And also we have the whistle. A cowbell always has a whistle to keep its rhythm. And this is the sound of the cowbell and the whistle together. That was the sound of the cowbell and the whistle together. Okay?
Yeah. All right. This is Andonisio Coakley, Andonisio Curry. He's going to demonstrate the tom-tom. You guys know about the tom-tom? Yeah. Plenty rhythm? Okay, go ahead then. Okay. How's that? How's that? How's that? Now we have Preston on what we call a bass drums. Now these are made of goat skin, and now the larger ones are used cow skins and all now. Okay, Preston. Okay. Okay, now. Oh, sorry. Okay, now we're gonna have Kenton. He's gonna demonstrate the brass, and at the end of it all, we put them all together, and you have a good rush out in the yard.